friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another mini build, and today I wanted to show you guys how I made the moving truck that I used in the video where me and Pookie moved into our brand new home. I was super proud with how that moving truck looked, so I wanted to show you guys how you could make one of your own if you want to use them in your own moving roleplay. So this is the truck behind me. Now before I quickly show you the truck, I do just want to point out that in the speed build for this, I did record it the day before the Halloween update came to Bloxburg, so the grass is still lovely and luscious and green, and none of the new furniture was added to the game yet. So just if you guys are wondering why we suddenly go to that lovely green grass, it's because I recorded it before the update. I kind of got a little bit distracted by the update coming out and never finished this video, so it is a few days after I recorded it. But I still want to put it on my channel in case any of you guys did want to recreate this build, because I put it on Instagram and a lot of people liked it. So let me show you the truck behind me. So this is my moving truck here. I really love how it looks. I think it looks super realistic to a truck. We even have a little kind of metal area here which is connecting the front of the truck to the back. We have 6 wheels on this truck, so it is a big old truck compared to some of the other little ones over there. I made this huge decal for like a Bloxburg moving company. This decal will be linked down below so you guys can go use it. The wheels I literally just find by searching wheel in the decal catalogue and loads of options come up, so I'm not going to link those, you'll find them very easily. But here is the truck. At the back I just placed a few little boxes to kind of look like I've already unpacked some here, and then we have this kind of window that I use as like an opening and closing door like this that you kind of do get on trucks. In the actual house video, I didn't have this door. I didn't even think of using it then, and I was so silly because this looks so much better than what I used in that video. But I do just have this little sliding door so it looks a little bit more realistic, and then we have a step up into the truck, and then here's all my furniture waiting to be unpacked, ready to move into my new house. The back of the truck is basically the same as the front. It's nothing too interesting. You can't access this part of the truck. In the speed build at first I did put doors in here, so if you do want to be able to access this, you can do it by just adding doors instead of windows on the second wheels. But I prefer having the wheel at the front. I think it looks so much more realistic, and there's not really a reason for me to go in the front of here. Like when I was role playing, I just pretended somebody else had driven it, so it wasn't like I needed to get in there. But if you do want to be able to access this truck, you can easily add doors. But this is the moving truck. I really like how it's turned out. So if you guys do want to see how I created this, you can stick around and watch. If not, that's perfectly fine. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Comment down below with any future video ideas. And as always guys, a huge thank you for watching. Bye guys. Mwah. So I'm starting out by making a rectangle which is 2 by 4 squares wide. And then at the front of this I'm leaving a gap and then making a rectangle which is 2 by 1. This part of the front is going to be the front of the truck, and then the back bit is going to be like the main storage area. To kind of fill in the gap between them just a little bit, I'm going to use pillars to kind of close the area up because I don't want as big as a gap as they do have here. And at the moment you can't make walls kind of go in between, so I have to kind of fill this area up using pillars. It is a little bit tricky, but I do think it makes it look a little bit more realistic and a little bit more like a truck. So I'm happy with that. I've just kind of done like 2 pillars wide to fill it in just a little bit, and now I'm using a table to kind of look like the metal that connects the front of the truck to the back of the truck, like the kind of, I don't know what they call it, I don't know the technical terms for trucks, but like the bit that attaches both of them. And I'm just going to paint this a metal texture. Now I'm just painting all of the pillars and the walls. I'm going to go with white because the decal that I've made does have a white background and I want it all to blend in perfectly. So now I'm just grabbing the decals which are going to be on the side of the truck. So I've made a huge logo to put in these. So I'm first of all putting one in the middle on each side so that I can make sure I can work out exactly where the middle is. And then I'm adding 2 on each side, 1 on each side, sorry, I don't know why I said 2 on each side, but yeah, I'm putting 1 on each side of it, so you end up with like 3 decals wide, and then I'm just adjusting them to make sure they're all evenly spaced out. Then I'm taking some circle paintings and I'm going to use these to beat the wheels of the truck. So at the moment I'm just putting them on the sides. My game is slightly laggy at the moment, so that's why they were taking a little bit of time to show up, but now I'm actually just moving these decals upwards so they're not kind of overlapping on those wheels. Okay, so next I'm going to start putting some windows in on the truck. I'm using a window at the back of it. This is going to actually be the door. Now originally I was going to use the garage door that slides up, but it's 3 squares wide and I just felt like it looked a little bit too wide. So I'm actually going to use a window and like a blind kind of shutter curtain. I'm also using these little tables to be like a little step up into the truck because they're not always flat on the ground, and I just kind of wanted a little step up to be like, you know when you see the big trucks, like they have those kind of rising platforms that you can put up and down to get in and out, like I kind of wanted to look a little bit like that. I'm just painting all of these a metal texture. I'm going to fill the floor in inside the truck. And then I'm also going with the same metal texture for those. And then I'm also painting the walls the same white as the outside. It is very like plain colour scheme, this truck. Like I didn't think I needed it to be quite bright or anything. Okay, now as I explained earlier, I'm using this blind to be like the door, so like the closing door, because I didn't want to use that huge garage door, and I think this gets the same look, it's just a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to add some lighting in the truck just so we can see. And I'm just painting those so they're not quite as bright and glowing. Next I'm adding a little roof onto each part of the truck, and I'm going to paint those white so they blend in perfectly with those pillars, so it's kind of almost, you can't tell that that's a separate little bit, like it's not actually walls. I mean, you can't do it perfectly, you do get the ridge of the pillars, but I think it's close enough, and like from a distance it does look like an actual truck. Now at first I decided to put doors in here so you could actually access the front of the truck. On the version that I did of this in my own house where me and Pookie moved, I actually didn't use doors. I didn't really like how they looked, but for this one I did at first, but eventually I do change them back to windows. But now I'm just using some pillars to kind of finish off the corners. I'm putting them back here, and then I'm trying to get them to go into those pillars at the front to kind of make it all look like it's one big piece together. So now I'm just painting those doors so they kind of blend in with the truck. I decided to use this blue colour on the pillars because it goes with the decals that I've made, so I'm just painting all of those this blue. So this is just going to be a little pop of colour on the build. Now it's time to start making the front of the truck. I've done this so many times now, but I just use these dressers to build up like the top bit, and then I use some smaller tables to make it kind of come down a little bit, just to look as realistic as I can to make it look like a truck. So I place those dressers first and then grab this little quadratic end table, and I'm just going to place 4 of these, 2 of them facing this way, and then I'm going to rotate it and place 2 the other way so that we can fit the headlights in there. And I'm just painting all of those white again to blend in with the truck. Now I'm going to add windows, so I'm going to add a big like front window to the truck. And like I said earlier, I do eventually swap the doors out for extra windows. But I'm just going to put some of these square lights in the front to be like the headlights. I like to just paint them a darker yellow so they're not quite as glowing. And then I'm painting the inside of this little part white. Now I'm just going to add the driving seats. I'm not going to put too much in the front here, just 3 little seats, and then I'm going to use some decals to make the dashboard and steering wheel. I'm painting the seats the same blue as those pillars outside so everything kind of goes together. Now I'm adding those decals that are going to be the dashboard and steering wheel like I mentioned before. It was a little bit tricky getting it in there, but I do get it in there eventually. And then I'm using a plunger to be kind of the gear stick. And I'm also painting the wheels black just so they kind of blend in once we put the decals in there, because the decals will be black and it'll be a bit weird if the back of the wheels are grey. Now it's time just to kind of fill this truck with all sorts of different furniture and stuff. So anything you're planning on moving into your new house, just put in this truck so it looks like you're there ready to move straight in. So I'm just adding a bed and a sofa, and I had a few boxes and lamps and stuff. I even placed a few boxes outside the truck to kind of look like ones that had already been unloaded. Once I'm happy with all of the furniture that I've placed in the truck, it's time to paint them all. I'm just going to go with like my usual kind of furniture colour, so like a nice pastel colour scheme, because I want this to look like the house that I'm moving into. So if me and Pookie were moving house, this is the kind of furniture we'd have in our moving truck. And that is pretty much done for the furniture. Now I'm going to go and put the decals on. So as you can see, I've added my huge decals. Now I've also closed the back door because it was open, and I'm going to paint it to match these pillars, so it's the same blue, so everything ties together. And this is where I delete the doors and decide to replace them with windows. I'm not really fussed about being able to access the front of the truck. I just think this is a nice roleplay aspect to be able to go in the back and make it look like you're unpacking. So I'm just going to paint those to match the front window, but obviously if you do want to get inside, just keep the doors, they work nicely as well. But now that I've got the windows on there, I can actually put some wheels at the front of the truck, which I think makes it look so much more realistic. And this is pretty much the final moving truck. I really like how it looks. And here is the inside with all of my furniture in there. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Comment down below with any future video ideas. And as always guys, a huge thank you for watching. Bye guys. Mwah.